Hello, everybody. All you little kids, get around me and let me tell you a story about when I was just a young girl. I was about 17 and I thought I knew what the whole world was all about. I knew everything more than my parents did. And I just wanted to get out and be on my own. Well, I lived in Idaho and I told him I want to just be out all by myself, away from everybody. So they knew of an old cabin that hadn't been used way up on a mountain. So I went over there and I was in this place and I really love being on my own and being out in nature and things. And guess who came to visit me? My cousin Annie Oakley. So Annie Oakley came to my house and we had so much fun. We went out and traveled all through the mountains and we saw deer and turkeys and every kind of animal, all the birds in the air, but we didn't shoot any of them. But she had her rifle and I had my rifle and we got them together and we put cans on the fence and we went pop, pop, pop and shot all the cans. We put candles out there with flames on them and we shot the flames right off of the candles. Oh, we were really good. I was getting as good as my cousin. Well, she was there about 3 weeks and she had to leave. So I was left home again all alone and it was late September. And I thought, time to go get my deer. And I only use it when I have to have food. I don't buy things, get things just to shoot them. So I went out hunting for my deer. I put on my old hat and I put on my my jacket and I went out with my rifle and my trusty knife and we just went walking and I was in my sneakers. Well, I didn't go very far. I was looking and looking for that deer. Did I find him? No, I couldn't find anything close by me at all. I looked and I looked. There was nothing around. So I kept walking and walking, getting further away from my house. And I thought, oh, I won't be able to pull a deer's horns all the way home, even though I'm a strong little 17-year-old. But I was out there, and if you know Idaho, the clouds came up and they were dark, and it started to snow, not just rain. It was snow coming down, and I was too far from home to get back there too quick. So I had to find me a nice hole in a tree or a cave. I found a little cave and it was too small for a bear. And so I got in there and rolled up and used my shirt to keep me warm. And I was in there in my cave and I tried to sleep, but it was so cold. Well, come morning, I got up, looked outside. There was 3 feet of snow, and I had my sneakers on. I wasn't going to be too warm. But I got out there, and as I crawled out of that cave, I looked right there. Close to me was a buffalo, and that buffalo was sleeping on his feet. He was sound asleep, but he didn't know I was right there. I cocked my gun back and I shot him right there. And he fell over and I cleaned him all out. I opened him with my good knife, cleaned all those guts out and everything. And it was such a nice fur coat. I rolled up in this blanket. It was so yummy and good. I fell fast asleep since I hadn't slept good that night. Well, while I was sleeping, I heard the sound of Woo, 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 woo. Do I do a good imitation of a wolf? It was wolves out there, and they were surrounding me. I took a knife and I cut open a little hole, and I looked out, and there were these wild wolves coming closer and closer, and their teeth were out there. Oh, they were so mean looking and growling at me and growling and thinking this was a buffalo they were going to eat. Well, what would you do in this circumstances? What would you do? Well, I opened up another little hole and I waited and I waited until the little two wolves came up close behind me and I grabbed them by the tails and they started to run and we were running down that hill, that that big mountain was, and we were just going so fast, and they were running and wondering what was going on, and they were having their tails pulled, and they just kept going. We got down to that little village where I lived, and they just, and the people there were coming out and thinking, what is going by so fast? They'd never seen anything go 100 miles an hour. And I was in through that town, zipped right out of there, and I kept on going, and I kept on going, and I was yelling, whoa, whoa, and they went, whoa. And we came across, I guess it was the Idaho-Utah border, but there was no sign to tell you that there was a line to tell you the difference between one state to the other. So I went all through Utah, and I kept saying, whoa, whoa, and they were looking back, and they'd see this big animal chasing them, and they thought I was just barking and making noises that they didn't know. And boy, that just made them get faster. And they'd get faster and faster. And then they slow down a little ways. I'd go, stop, stop. And they didn't. They just kept right on going faster and faster. And we just kept going and going. And I'm sure we went through another couple of states. And then I realized we were in Texas. We got to Texas, clear down to the Alamo. And they got to the Alamo, and both wolves just fell over dead. They were so worn out. And the buffalo hide was worn right down, and it was just going worn right out right there. Until I stopped, and everybody looked at me, and they clapped and were so happy that I had done this. They gave me a nice home, and I put that bear skin, and it was a bear skin by then, and I put those two wolves up on the board there, the house, and tacked them up there, and that was that. They were there, and they called me the Wolf Lady from then on, and I was in Texas forever. And that, my little boys and girls, are how I got the name of Wolf Lady.